welcome back to Spotless Mind.
Today I'm going to be posing the question, is God just in the human psyche or somewhere out there in the universe? The complexity of human existence and the vast expanse of the universe have often led to the human race to ponder the questions regarding the existence of a higher power or God. Does God exist, or is the concept of God just a well-orchestrated cognitive construct? This question divides opinions and elicits diverse perspectives from several different fields, including psychology, philosophy, and science. So in this video, I'm going to be exploring this question from a psychological perspective, a philosophy perspective, and a scientific perspective. So first, let's go into the psychological perspective. From the viewpoint of psychology, the belief in God is seen as a product of the human psyche, an abstract construct born out of the human mind's need for coherence and stability in an uncertain world. Psychologists like Sigmund Freud, for example, theorized the concept of God is a human invention, a result of our need to feel protected and secure in a universe full of uncertainties and dangers. Social psychologist Erich Fromm proposed that humans project their own mental characteristics onto God, enhancing their understanding of the universal principles like love, justice, and truth. Evolutionary psychologists also suggest that religious beliefs and the concept of God might have originated from the early hominid survival instincts, such as the detection of predators or prey, or the need for social cohesion and cooperation. In this light, God exists within the realm of human cognition, emotions, and social relations, rather than an entity that exists independently in the external universe. Now let's move on to the philosophical perspective. Philosophy, on the other hand, wades through the metaphysical realm to validate or dispel the existence of God. There are diverse philosophical perspectives, with some pose that God exists beyond the confines of human cognizance. Some philosophers argue against the existence of God, stating that the idea of God might be an anthropomorphic projection similar to the psychological viewpoint. Philosophers like Friedrich Nietzsche declared the death of God, proposing that the Enlightenment era, which stressed reason over faith, has made the idea of God obsolete. Therefore, within the philosophical realm, the concept of God remains a contentious debate, with arguments both for and against the existence of God, independent of the human cognitive construct. Now moving on, lastly, to the scientific perspective. The scientific perspective requires empirical evidence for any claim. Most scientists argue that if God exists beyond the human mind, there should be physical evidence. The Higgs-Boson discovery, often termed God particle, triggered a wave of discussions around the existence of God from a scientific viewpoint. Yet the absence of concrete empirical evidence, along with the paradox introduced by the God of the gaps argument, brings into question whether God exists as an entity outside the human psyche. Quantum physics offers intriguing viewpoints. Some physicists suggest that the observer-dependent nature of reality, as shown in the double-slit experiment, indicates a consciousness fundamental to the universe, indirectly advancing the idea of God. Yet without concrete evidence, these speculations remain in the realm of metaphysics rather than science. Hence, the scientific viewpoint predominantly points towards God being a construct of the human mind, unless proven otherwise empirically. So in conclusion, whether God exists exclusively in the human psyche or somewhere out there in the universe is a question that elicits multidisciplinary deliberation with each perspective: psychology, philosophy, and science, offering diverse viewpoints. It showcases the multiplicity of ways humans grapple to understand the concept of God, until empirical evidence that unequivocally confirms or denies the existence of God becomes available. These contemplations will continue to intrigue human minds across these fields.